much bigger and to have amazing guests like our wonderful panel here. So, for no further ado, I'd like us to start with open prayers. And I would like to give one of our panelists to pray for us.
Apologies to our Muslim brethren. I'm a Christian, so I'll pray in the Christian way. In Jesus' name. Father, we thank you for today. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your mercy. Thank you for keeping us alive. Receive all glory in Jesus' name. We want to thank you for this corn festival, despite the situation in the country, despite the COVID-19. We are gathered here today to celebrate tourism. Father, all glory be given unto you in Jesus' name. As we start off, we ask that you'll take absolute control from the start till the ending. Take perfect preeminence, oh God, in Jesus. And we ask for a beautiful weather. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed.
Amen. Thank you so much, man. That's so important. Beautiful weather. Amen. Amen. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. We appreciate that. So for us to go next, we're celebrating Naija Festival. So it is appropriate that we sing the national anthem, shouldn't we? So please, can we stand up to sing the first stanza of our national anthem, please? Can we please stand? Fatherland with love and strength and faith, the labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and mind, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. The pledge. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend our unity and uphold her honor and glory, so help me God. Amen. Anytime I sing anthem or say pledge, I feel like crying. But we thank God for everything. All right, so we'll not waste time. I would like to at least welcome our guests and recognize a few people that are here. And I'll start with our amazing speakers who are here to speak with us. We have Mrs. Is it Mrs. or Miss? Let me look at it. Mrs. Oluwaseun Adetosoye. Adetosoye. Thank you, ma'am, for coming. We welcome you. And then we have Farid Ibrahim. He's going to be the moderator for our panel today. Welcome. Thank you. Then we have Femi Oyebameru. Did I say that well? I spelled your name. Please help me. Ayebameru. Ayabameru. I have to go and learn how to say this thing. Welcome. He's from Sterling Bank. Thank you for being here. Then we have Mr. Ifeoluwa Olatunji. Thank you for being here. We welcome you. Then we have the conveyor of Naija Corn Festival, Bumi Akinyemi. Where is she? I'm sure she's everywhere, but she's here. So we want to also welcome her. Then also we have some of our amazing companies that are here. We want to welcome them. We have Travel Begins at Home. It's a company where Corn Festival came out from. They're the ones organizing this, so we welcome them. We have We Move. Then we have Oriflame, Sterling Bank, Adorn Homes, AGS Tribe. We want to say welcome and thank you for supporting us and partnering with us for this great event. All right? And also want to say welcome to all our amazing vendors who are out there. We have drinks, we have corn, we have orishirishi. So even when we're done with our panel, please go and buy from them. Go and at least support our small and medium-sized businesses. Then we're going to also have cooking competition, where we'll have people who are going to cook things with corn. We're going to taste it and decide who the winner is. The winner is going away with some gifts. So we're going to do that. Then after the cooking competition, we have eating competition. We're going to pick people who are going to eat like 10 corn at a go. We'll give them like 5 minutes to finish 10 corns. So we're going to do that. Then towards the ending, we're going to network, buy from our vendors, and just have fun, eating corn and celebrating this beautiful food that God has given us. All right, so with no further ado, we're going to call Olubumi Akinyemi, the conveyor of Naija Corn Festival, to give her welcome address. Please, can we give her a round of applause? Come on, everyone. Let's give her a round of applause. She's the one that came up with this beautiful idea to celebrate corn. So she's here to give her welcome address. Please, let's clap for her till she gets here.
Good morning, everyone. You're welcome to Naija Corn Festival. Can I have you on the podium? I'm feeling too exposed standing right here. First of all, I want to say thank you to God Almighty for making this event possible. I want to welcome everyone for coming. First of all, thank you to all our panelists. Thank you to Madam Farmtos, High Souls. Thank you to Farid. Thank you to Ijo, the organic farmer. And thank you to Mr. Femi from Sterling Bank. Mrs. Adetosoye, thank you so much. And I want to say thank you to my boss, at LASU, Mr. Jose of Westgate. I don't know, he was sitting right here, but, so why are you sitting at the back? Please, I'll come to the front. So this tourism, it's a passion, it's a lifestyle. I teach part-time at the Entrepreneurship Center at LASU. Everybody, you're welcome. Thank you for believing. Thank you for registering. Naija Corn Festival last year, the idea has just been in my head for years. 2009, I've been thinking of Naija Corn Festival. And every year we just come and go, no Naija Corn Festival. This will just be haunting me. I'll be dreaming about Corn Festival. So yeah, 2020 was even a difficult year. Not a year that you will say you want to do Corn Festival because of COVID. There was lockdown. There was no money everywhere. But we just did it in form of a CSR project where we went around to Surulere, we're distributing corn, asking people what do they know about corn, the economic importance of corn and all of that. And everybody just kept saying, we eat corn, we roast corn, we do adalu, we do pap. But really, corn is way more than that. It's a very versatile product that has great economic importance, which we have not yet tapped into as a nation. If you go to the Western worlds like the US, they call corn yellow gold because these people understand the economic importance of corn. They have a Ford model car that runs on corn ethanol, which they made from corn. And you have the cosmetics industry using corn. You have the pharmaceutical industries. A lot of antibiotics contains corn. A lot of the tires you're using, the paints, the crayon, some plastic items, paper, a lot of things contains corn. You can make glue from corn, so many things. There's even this racing glue. Who knows racing glue? There are so many things we can make from corn. So quickly, I'll say it is corn because corn is versatile and it can actually help the economy of our land. Before we discovered oil, agriculture was the in thing. It was cocoa and some other things, but corn is there that we can also tap into. Okay, so briefly, corn has been celebrated for years. For the past 4 decades, over 40 years, countries have been celebrating Corn Festival. And I say that every party change Nigeria shows up. I've seen a lot of Corn Festival videos, and it's just small, and it's just like that. And I'm saying there's no party like a Nigerian party. That's once we start having Corn Festivals in Nigeria, the whole world will come. They will come calling to see how we do our own party. So this is just the beginning, and we are sure going to take this Corn Festival places. Number 2, corn is a national issue. That same last year where there was COVID, CBN stopped giving from him for corn importation. They said we are not giving out our foreign currency. Am I correct, Mr. Femi? Right in the middle of the pandemic. And some industrial users of corn who make animal feeds and all of that, they were protesting. It was national news. It was on Channels TV saying that we need corn. They've banned us from importing. We don't have enough farmers producing corn. Who will produce corn for Nigeria? We still import as much as 30,000 tons of corn on a yearly basis in Nigeria. So corn is a versatile product and it's a staple food in Africa. We eat corn all the time. So we need to pay attention to corn. We're always drinking pap. They say if you are sick, drink pap. You just have a new baby, drink pap. And everything is coming from corn. So we think it's high time we give corn the recognition it deserves. Our slides is not up yet. You would have seen some of this picture. So what is our goal for Naija Corn Festival? First of all, we want to support the SDG goals of food security, poverty eradication, which we can do by increasing the number of corn farmers, having young people engaged in agriculture, especially corn farming. Then we want to have a sustainable tourism development around corn. Corn is a food that you can use to make so many cultural things, so many local delicacies, which you will see on this. Today you're going to see tuwo on the spot. If you want to eat tuwo, gbegiri, oedu, they are going to serve it here today on the spot. They are from White House in Yaba. Who knows White House? They are making tuwo there. So please patronize them. They have mosa. They have abari. It's like moi moi, but it's made from corn. They also have egbo for sale today. And I know a vendor is selling beans, our normal beans and corn. So many food made from. There is cake from corn. Somebody is selling it out there. Patronize them, please. So thank you very much. This event was brought together by Travel Begins at Home and a lot of people who supported us, because we would not have been here today if they did not support us. Thank you so much. Thank you, my able boss, for supporting us. Thank you to Hairs and Heralds for supporting us. Nene Uwa. So many amazing brands that made this happen. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a really nice time today. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, for me. I am aware of this, her dream. She has shared this dream with me for almost 2 years. So I myself, I feel very happy that this is happening today, because it's a shared dream, and I'm grateful that we're here to celebrate this. All right, so next in line, DJ, please just introduce just a bit. Thank you very much. Next in line, we have a mini keynote speech, and it's going to be done by Mrs. Oluwaseun Adeshoye. She just looked at me. Look at her. She'll be doing her keynote speech for us. Please, can we give her a round of applause? She'll be talking about agro-tourism. About 3 years ago, I hosted a virtual summit, a tourism virtual summit, and I was looking for people who are celebrating tourism in a unique way. And I remember searching the internet and searching Instagram, and I found someone doing something on agro-tourism. What he does is that he does a tour to farms. So I think he was doing one to, what's this name of this Obasanjo's farm again? I can't remember. He was doing like a tour to there. So people can come, you will live in the farm, you will eat fresh corn, just live like a farmer for a few days. And I think this is really nice. This is something that we can incorporate in the tourism industry, especially here in Africa. Places like all these Scandinavian countries, they do that. They have farms where people come and spend like 3 or 4 days. They milk cows, you make cheese and fresh food. So it would be nice if we can utilize this here. We have many farms in Africa, not just Nigeria. So if we can utilize that and make people visit these farms and help these farmers grow and make more money, it would be very important. So Mrs. Oluwaseun is the CEO of High Souls Farm Tours, a company that specializes in training farmers, aspiring farmers, agro-processors, as well as urban growers by organizing workshops, tours, training, conferences, and attending industry-related trade shows, amongst others. High Souls Farm Tours has trained well over 500 farmers since inception, and hopes to scale this up in the year 2021 by organizing free trainings, for interested members of the public on how to start edible gardens at home. I like that. Her organization consults and offers advisory services to farmers too. Oluwaseun aims to train 1,000 families on the process of planting their foods, whether in space or without space, thereby providing them healthy alternatives of taking care of their families. Oluwaseun is an alumnus of the prestigious Lagos Business School, EDC Women Receipt. She's also an alumni of Massachusetts Institute of Technology, where she obtained a certification in entrepreneurial management. Oluwaseun is a Lean Six expert. She recently launched a free advisory session with farmers in her pool, teaching them how to utilize the Lean method in farming. Oluwaseun has a bachelor's degree in electrical and electronic. She's happily married with 3 beautiful children. Please let us give her a round of applause as she comes to give her keynote. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Good morning, everybody. Nice to be here, and well done to the organizers of this festival. When Bumi reached out to me and she told me, we've never met, we're just meeting for the first time today, I was really thrilled. I was, which other word can I use? I need a lot of adjectives. I was like, oh, Corn Festival, it has to do with agro-tourism. Okay, so I started ISO Farm Tours in 2016. I'm happy that we have quite a number of young people here. And this is an aspect that has not been tapped into. If I come here today and I ask how many farmers are in this room, I'm sure we probably may not have up to 10 farmers. Am I right? Do we have farmers in the house? Please, can you raise up your hands? Just raise up your hands if you have farmers in the house, apart from the panelists. Farmers in the house, apart from the panelists. Where are the farmers? Oh, are you serious? Where's your farm? After Ikorodu, please, we will talk after. Those are my friends. Okay. Oh, sorry, where? Where is she? Okay, so she's the only person that is into farming. Okay, let me just start with my story. We've not been able to project what we have up there. I studied electrical electronics. I was going to be a security expert, so I started my professional exam, Cisco. And if you're familiar with engineering, I was going to specialize in security. And somehow along the line, life happened, as people would say, and I had to drop it. And I found myself doing agro-tourism. Now, I would also like to tell you that I hated biology with a passion, as well as agriculture, while I was in secondary school. In fact, I just scaled. Biology teacher was my very good friend. Up till now, she's still my friend. But she knew that I hated her subject. I managed to pass with a C6 at least, because I was going in for engineering course. So talk of maths, talk of my further maths, physics, chemistry, I was good. But anything biology and agriculture, I hated it with a passion. I mean passion. And I'm here today talking to you about agri. So no matter your course of study, it doesn't matter. You can always learn on the job. So let me just get that out there. So I didn't do anything agriculture, and I'm doing farm tourism. I was given 15 minutes. I hope I'll be able to, because when I start to finish, I talk about agriculture with a passion. Okay, so the business of agro-tourism, that's what I'm talking about this morning. We have the slides just by the side over there. Sorry if you have to tilt, because I have lots of pictures. I mean, tourism has to do with pictures, so that I just don't keep talking, and you're wondering, oh, where did all these things take place, or how did it happen? So agro-tourism. But I'd like to go into tourism. I know Ajala Nene is into tourism. I've been following her. You know, I go to her page, and that's why social media is such a powerful space. You know, I just go to her page, I go to people's pages to see what they do. Tourism, but I just carved a niche for myself. I wanted to do something different because I wanted to be in the space of agriculture. So I got into tourism maybe by accident, agro-tourism. My husband, before we got married, is a banker, and then he would always say he's going to learn, he started buying books on snail farming, grass cutter, and I got fed up. I'm like, where is this coming from? We don't have any farmer in both families. What's all this rubbish? And then sometimes in 2015, he made me join a group, a WhatsApp group. And from that WhatsApp group, they would always teach about farming. And I'm like, what are they talking about? And then a particular training they had was on greenhouses. And I didn't understand a jack what they were talking about greenhouses. I became more confused. But after the training, it now occurred to me that there are people out there that would like to get trained before they go into agriculture or farming as a business or agribusiness. But they don't have this information. And here I am. I don't even need it. I have this information. And that was how ISO's Farm Tours was bathed. So that was how I started the business. I was doing something else. That was how I founded the organization in 2016. And so tourism is just for pleasure purposes. Most times, if you're not going for pleasure or leisure, you're going for education and everything. So I'm not going to bore you with the definition of tourism. So we have different types of tourism. We have eco-tourism, religious tourism, when we go for our Hajj, when we go to Jerusalem for pilgrimage, and so many other things. Health tourism is also another aspect of tourism. Then we have historical tourism as well as agro-tourism. So my own core is agro-tourism. So let me go straight to agro-tourism. So this is a kind of niche tourism that is still considered as a growth industry because we do not have people doing agro-tourism in Nigeria. So when she called me, when Bumi reached out to me that, this corn festival is an agro-tourism activity, I was really, really interested. And I told her that I was going to be a part of it because I really haven't seen anyone doing this thing in Nigeria. So the space, there is still so much opening for as many young people that may be interested in this aspect of tourism. And so it has to do, when you talk about agro-tourism, it has to do with agricultural settings. So basically, I will explain what I do to you. So we have, I work with farmers. I started with my husband being a banker. So at the end of the day, he ventured into farming. So we have a pig farm as well as a crop farm in Lagos and then somewhere in Ogun State. So my first tour, I came up with visiting a plantain plantation. And the guy has over 100 acres in Lagos, in Ikorodu, Ijede. So I went with a group of people. That was in February 2016. And that was how agro tours, farm tours was baited. And from there, the following month, we wanted it to become a monthly affair. And then we went to we have a big farm estate owned by Lagos State government and is the largest in West Africa. People come from Cotonou, people come from Togo, people come from Warri to buy from that pig farm estate. These are information that a lot of young people, even a lot of people don't know about. So we take people to such places for them to get trained. So our own tourism is actually for educational purposes, but we also had leisure to it. Please, can I go to the next slide? So, like I said, I wouldn't want to bore you with so much definitions and everything. But what I would just like to encourage every one of us, even if you are not interested in agriculture or the business of farming or agribusiness, you can actually come into the tourism space, the agro-tourism space. And honestly, I'm willing to mentor people because I know that the space, we still have lots of openings for people because I haven't really seen. What she's doing is totally different from what I do. and is still in the agro space. I can see a lot of young people, like I said, and this is just a one-day event, and it's still part of agro-tourism. So when we were growing up, we used to see this picture in our social studies textbooks, if I can remember, about this festival in the north, this fish festival, I think in Kebbi, Agungun, is that the name? Agungun, I can't remember the name. Agungun Festival. Yes, that is agro-tourism. But unfortunately, it is part of agro-tourism. If government can actually it's an avenue whereby people can come from all over the world. I don't know if that is how they do it. People will come from all over the world, and they'll be part of that festival, and they'll bring in, we're talking about when she said we should stand up for the national anthem, grudgingly. But we are all Nigerians. Whether you like it or not. I didn't choose to be a Nigerian. Somehow I found myself in Nigeria. Even if I go and I come, Ajo, Kodabile, I'll still come back. That's the truth. Pardon me for non-Yoruba speaking people. So that alone, this festival, I know that she probably called on friends and families and to support her. I'm sure we do not have, when she told me that the stands are even free, I'm like, oh my goodness, how are they doing this? This is something that if we have a good government, the government should actually buy into this. And when we make it big and elaborate, the exchange rate we're talking about, people will actually travel from far and wide to be part of the festival. And it will boost our economy. So that is what agro-tourism can actually do for us. So I was talking to one of the panelists before we came, and he told me, his farm is at E4, this is what he's into, blah, 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 blah. If he has the capacity to welcome visitors, I will take visitors to his farm for a training or on a tour of the farm. And guess what? That is extra income for him, because the visitors will pay. It is not free. And so aside from production of vegetables, when I mean production, growing of vegetables and every other thing, the tourism aspect would actually bring extra into his pocket. And that is what they do abroad. So even whether off-season or in season, this corn festival is a seasonal event, because corn is not in season all the time. Am I correct? By September, October, plantain will start coming in. So why can't we also have Dodo Festival or Plantain Festival? Yeah, why can't we? Because plantain will be in abundance. Right now, it is scarce. If I begin to tell you things that are, the season, right now, tomatoes are scarce. And then by October, there will be what we call, October, November, what we call glut. And we'll start wasting tomatoes. So why can't we begin to look at all those things? I just want to encourage the young people that are here. Like I said, you may not be interested in the production aspect, that is core farming, but you can actually partner with farmers and do the tourism aspect. You can come up with different ideas, to do the tourism aspect of farming. Please, can we have the pictures so that I can just explain, some of the places that we have visited and everything. Just go to pictures and then you see farm tours, pictures. All right, so that is me and a group of delegates from Nigeria. So I only use social media to advertise, and I use Instagram. I'm very vibrant on Instagram. That is, the business is vibrant. So if you are looking for me, you may not see me. Let's take the pictures one after the other. You may not see me. So I got those delegates from Instagram and via WhatsApp. So you can see us at the desert in Dubai. I took almost 20 people to Dubai in 2019 for farm tourism, agro-tourism. So what we did was, those are partners. We had set up a meeting for people that would like to export to Dubai, farmers that are interested in exporting to Dubai. So we started, please take it one at a time. So we had meetings with them. So what we do is when we go on all these tours or these trips, we combine it with leisure. So we do business. That is a farm in Dubai, an organic farm in Dubai, in a desert. So you can see the white lady there. Her name is Megan. She is the one that manages the farm. Is South African, but she lives in Dubai and works on that farm. You can check out the farm. Is on Instagram. So we had a tractor ride. That was the first time we'll be leaving Africa to go to the Middle East. That's still the farm. So these are, the kind of opportunities that you see. That's still the farm, an organic farm. So organic farm, meaning that no spray of chemicals, nothing. We were almost 20 that went on that trip from Nigeria. That's still the farm. That same farm in Dubai. That was in October 2019. Okay, so this farm, we're just 3 here. And we're more than that, but this is a particular training that had only 3 people. And it's a farm owned by a Nigerian in Port Novo. Where is Port Novo? Benin Republic. There is no waste on that farm. Please, let's take it, just be a bit slow. The farm is called Shongai Farm, owned by Reverend Father. You can Google him, Godfrey. He's owned by a Nigerian. There is Shongai in Benin. There is Shongai in Enugu, but they've closed down. They started the pilot type. The government brought him here. The man wanted to start the farm in Nigeria. That was in the 80s, in 1982. Yes, they didn't give him land. And he went to Port Novo, Benin Republic. He went to other African countries, but Benin Republic welcomed him. So I take people to that farm. I actually started an outside trip from that farm. That was the last trip we had before COVID. You can see Shongai. I think we were less than 10. We had 2 trips, 2019. So that farm, there is no waste. Nothing is wasted. It's called an integrated farm. No, please, can we take it easy? Just leave the picture where it is now. This was the last farm trip we had in May, last month, somewhere in Ogun State. We went to Okpe Farms. Okpe Farm 2 is an organic farmer in Ogun State. So the farm I was talking about, that's Shongai. We'll be visiting Shongai next month, August 1st to 6th. There is no waste on that farm. Everything is integrated. So the water wastes from, the only thing that may probably be wasted on that farm is probably your spit and your sweat, because they can't harvest that. Everything from us is recycled. The waste from your body, your urine, everything is recycled and used on the farm. From plastic to paper, everything is recycled and is owned by a Nigerian. I've told you the name of the man, Reverend Father Godfrey. That's his name. I can't pronounce his surname because he's an Igbo man. But once you Google him, Google will give you information about him. And this is a man that tourism on that farm, there is accommodation there. So the man is making money from we coming to visit. By the time I go there from time to time, I'm seeing a lot of French people coming in from France, from all over the world, visiting that place. Why can't we have such a place in Nigeria? By the time we have such a place in Nigeria, it will boost our economy. And these are some of the things that, is actually drawing us back. But guess what? I've been visiting that farm. I've been taking people to that farm since 2017. And it's the same workers that I keep seeing. Because the workers are, which word will I use for them now? Most farmers in Nigeria, they have problems with their workers. They are truthful and the integrity is there, unlike in Nigeria. And most of the youths there, they are all out to do anything for that man. Benin Republic people, they're a bit, even though they are laid back, but, they get things done because I've been going there from time to time. So that's that about Shongai Farm. So this is Okpe Farms we visited, and we also visited that same day, that was May 22nd, about 6 weeks ago. We also visited another farm in Abeokuta, owned by a young guy. His name is Samson. He's on Instagram. He's vibrant. It's a soilless farm. It doesn't use soil. So if you're also interested in that aspect of farming, it's called hydroponics. They don't use soil to plant, and they have nice vegetables.
Unfortunately, this guy, Samson, he trains people for free. So if you're interested, just get in touch. I will link you up. He just finished one training last weekend. For 1 week, you'll be in Abeokuta. You pay for your own accommodation, your feeding, but he's training you for free. And I've seen people that went for his training and they've been able to start their own farm in the city. They don't even have to be in the village because that farm is soilless. It does not use soil. So when you have such a farm, people will be interested in visiting. And someone like me, I'll be willing to partner with you to bring in people to come and visit. And that is extra money for you. You are not even the one doing the advert. You are not the one looking for the people. I will be the one to bring the people. And I would ask you, how much would you like to earn? Or how much would you like to collect per training? Or I would advise you. And that is it. That is extra money. That will be all for now. I don't know if anybody have any questions. Can I take questions? So I don't know if you have any questions or anything that you would like to know about. All right. There are no questions. Thank you very much.
Please give her a round of applause. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. All right, so I hope you guys have learned something. I think when I first heard about agro-tourism, I was actually excited because it's an opportunity that if we tap it into it, it's going to help our GDP. It's going to help young people to at least have businesses, because what we're looking for is now businesses we can do that will give us sustainable income. And it's very important. All right, so we're going next now. We're going to our panel, and I'm going to invite our moderator. But before I invite him, I'll just go through his bio. Farid Ibrahim is an experienced farmer, sustainable agriculture enthusiast, agriculture extensionist, and rural sociologist, with businesses ranging from poultry, plantain, and vegetables, skills in management, customer service, writing, research, and public speaking. He's also the CEO of Caver Agro Extension Services Limited, a private extension company that trains and consults for agri-business. Also a partner at Topac Agro Hub, an outfit that facilitates prompt access of farmers to improved information on climate-smart and sustainable agricultural techniques. Farid is a strong business development professional with a bachelor's in agriculture, focused in agricultural extension and rural development from Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. He's also a member of the Chartered Institute of Export and Commodity Brokers of Nigeria, Nigeria Institute of Management, and Chartered Institute of Customer Relations Management, to name a few. So without further ado, please can we give a round of applause for our moderator, Farid.
I was so happy and elated seeing the faces, their youth. So these are the people we need in agriculture. Now I would love to introduce my panelists to come join me on stage up here and introduce themselves. Let me go with the lady, the farm tall lady, Madam Oluwaseun. Can you please join me here? Oh, thank you for sitting down beside me. And to the organic farmer, Mr. Ayilo, can you please come join the stage? He's not just a farmer, an organic farmer, organic, imagine that. And to our banker in the house, we have enough questions for you. Just come and sit. Mr. Yomi. So let me start with the organic farmer. They shouldn't say I love women so much. So can you just introduce yourself?
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Ifeoluwa Joel Olatunji, and my brand name is Ijo. My initials, just the IJO, the organic farmer. I think that's me.
What do you farm? What kind of produce do you farm on your farm?
Okay, so currently I do fruits and vegetables for core organic farming practices. I also farm the ones that we don't do organically, cassava, plantain, and the rest.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mr. Yomi.
All right, good morning all. My name is Femi Ayeba Meru. I work with Sterling Bank, specialist when it comes to agribusiness financing with the bank. And I'm also a social entrepreneur. Thank you.
So we'll call him the money man. And they've known you. Just say it again.
Okay, my name is Oluwaseun Adetosoye. I run ISO's Farm Tours.
All right. So let me just break the ice by saying, she has said it all, Bumi has said it all also. Corn, it's a very, very essential staple, not just in Africa, but in the world. Although it was introduced to Africa by the Portuguese, but it has grown into our households, our life, our culture, our tradition, and everything. Each and every one of us here will know one or two cuisines that comes and made from Adalu, which I love so much. I've been eating that very well this rainy season. We have corn on the farm, to Ogi, to Tuwo, and the rest. But there is a very big issue concerning corn in the country right now. Last year, there was not enough corn in supply, and it's really amazing. It's led the poultry industry to a standstill. I should say that farmers were closing down farms because they could not get the price of feeds were just taking the upward trajectory. The cost of production for poultry, it's always on the feed, and corn constitutes 70%, if I'm right. You can, of the feeds, and in turn, it increases the price of cost of feeding. And we all know how much they're selling crates of egg in our area now. It's very, very expensive. So, and Nigeria is the second largest producer of corn in Africa. Even at that, we're not meeting demand. And 24% of our farmland is being covered by corn. And we're not still meeting demand due to some issues, farmers not having good technical know-how, planting enough good variety of seeds and all. There's so many issues here. So let me pass the mic to the organic farmer. Let me call him the organic farmer. What is happening? Why are we having scarcity and the prices of maize going high? Gone are those days when we do go to the roadside and get corn. We can just take about 4 or 5 for 150. Now one is 100 naira. What's happening?
Okay, so unfortunately, I would like to start by saying the issues that is affecting maize affect every other crop in farming. It's just unfortunate that, like everybody have repeatedly said, that maize is, or corn, as we would like to call it, is a staple, right? That means that is what we take a lot, forms the basic ingredient in most of the food that we take. So I think the first thing that affected in recent time, the first thing that affected that was weather. And every time we talk about climate change, people think is one fancy word like that, but it is upon us and is affecting us. Currently in Nigeria, most of us who are into farming, our farms are rain-fed, and irrigation is expensive, especially when you are doing commercial farming. You cannot use your water can. How many can you water in a day, right? So look at what the reality for this year alone. For example, rain did not start in earnest until sometime, I think 3 weeks ago, when we could have just concluded one cycle of maize and start planting again. Currently, people are just moving to farm because the rains have been delayed. Even when you see rain and you are happy and you rush to go and plant, you won't see another rain again until another 2 weeks or 3 weeks, which affects the output, right? So I think for me, that is one major key factor that I think have affected. There are other factors definitely, but to even sustain where we used to be, the inconsistency in weather has really affected production.
To just add to that, on my farm settlement, a farmer lost 10 acres of maize due to lack of rain. It just planted when the rain came, and just after 2 weeks, everything started dying. So imagine the loss. And that goes to say that the rain-fed agriculture we're into, we need to move away from that. So, Mrs. Oluwaseun, you spoke about agritourism, and I need to go there now. We have youth here. You asked who is into agriculture, and I think just 2 or 3 people.
One person.
So if I may ask again, who is interested into going into agriculture, that wants to go into agriculture? Anyone?
Okay.
Nice, nice. So when I say agriculture, so let me now take you guys to agri-business, not just farming. You guys can't just all go to the farm. We have enough farmers already losing their farm produce and everything. So there are aspects I'm thinking the youth should go into. And one of the aspects is, that will affect them is funding. We have the processing, the packaging. You know, you just spoke of when plantain will be in season and everything still start wasting away. It's not so nice. You spoke of, there was a friend of mine, he told me of, on Clubhouse, we were having a discussion some days back. So he told me, he advised one of his friends, she wants to go into farming, and she said onion farming. She's in the north. He said, why should you go into onion farming? There are so many people farming these stuffs already, but they're just wasting. Why can't you just process these onions? So she got a warehouse around Kogi and buy these onions cheap from the farmers. She got a food dehydrator, dry it, and she's now selling these dried onions in all these spas and all these high-end supermarkets. So those are the stuffs I want you to look into, because farming is very, very hard. You guys, these nice-looking fish can't go to the farm and taking hoe and cutlasses. No, it's not so nice. So we should look at so many opportunities in the agri space, not just farming itself. So I would love to have Mrs. Oluwaseun to speak on that. What sort of opportunity do you think youths can go into, and how will this year agritourism, you know, propel them to give them the exposure? Yeah.
Okay, so when you said you're looking at these lovely faces and you wouldn't want their hands to get dirty, well, if you eat here, why can't you get your hands dirty? Except you don't eat.
No, we need to make farming sexy. Not
yes,
just,
we need to make it sexy and look cool. I understand you.
Let me say this. When I wanted to study agriculture in the university, my mom was like, Agbe, kilo de. Chauffeur the teacher ni. I was like, no, this is what I want to do. She said, no, that all the farmers she knows then, the hand is always strong, this and that, tattered clothes and all. And this woman that was telling me wants to become a teacher, I accept she was a teacher, so don't mind her.
Your mom is very correct. When you say the farmers, I mean, the image of the farmer is tattered clothes all over. But honestly, that is evolving. It's changing right now. I have a lot of young people. Believe you me, if you follow me on Instagram, our organization on Instagram is Farm Tour 2016 on Instagram. You can check it out. Farm Tour 2016. A lot of people, young people, less than 30, they always reach out to me. Where do they live? They are Nigerians that live in diaspora. 50% of my clients, they are in diaspora. And when they reach out to me, they're like, oh, they've just been to Nigeria once. They would like to go into farming. I'm like, Tori Olong, for goodness sake, what is bringing you into it? And I discovered that some of them, I have some, they live in the US too. They have a pig farm here in Nigeria, Ogun State. And so they come home once in a while. Honestly, farming is cool, is fun. He said I should explain. So apart from the agro-tourism aspect, he has also mentioned processing, adding value. The value is the chain is long. That's what I tell people. So he is a core farmer. That is, he tills the ground, he plants, and then he harvests and maybe processes and sell to us for consumers to eat. But for other young people that will like to go into farming, you can look at other options. What are the other options? He mentioned somebody going to buy when there is glut. Glut means surplus. So you can buy plantain and then dry when there is glut and make into plantain flour.
People are buying plantain flour now. Why do we allow it go to waste? That is one aspect for young people that are going to it. It doesn't have to be you. If you know one guy on Instagram, is Corporate Gary. Am I right? Yes, he sells Gary on Instagram. And he started selling the with his tie and shirt right from when he was an undergraduate. I actually interviewed him. So, and when I got speaking with him, he does not farm. He only has somebody that does the processes for him. His own is just to market it. And he's doing well. If you know Ofada Boy, check him also on Instagram. And these are people that are not even farmers. So that is just part of the chain that I'm telling you about. And these people, they also bring tourism into it. Because I know that a lot of times when some big organizations have events, they call them because of the unique way that they do things. So I've mentioned about 2 or 3 aspects that young people can actually go into. Even logistics. We have problems of logistics. The farmers, yes, the road network are bad. We also have what we call the storage. So young people, we can also use technology. So let me go into the technology aspect. I'm actually working on something because my background is in electronics. So I'm working on an app for farmers. So you can also come up with such. I mean, I can be in Lagos. I think when they were reading his bio, I heard something about weather. Something working on weather. So why can't we have people that will make use of smart technology to tell us what the weather will be like for the farmers, and the farmers don't need to leave their farm? Young people can come up with that. You know, fintech is reigning now. So why can't we do such in the agro space? So for young people that are interested, the chain is actually long. There are so many things you can begin to research on that you can pick on. Logistics, storage, technology, the tourism aspect of it, as well as processing. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. So to add to that, I do say something. We are like Africans, we just like to just do everything ourselves. I equate this thing to like a football match. You that are meant to play the striking position, we want to play the whole field. You that are meant to play the midfield, we want to play defense and striking position. Like she said, the value chain is so long. The social media space is there. Some of you guys can, focus on that. Okay, Mr. Sterling Bank, what have you guys been doing? I heard Sterling Bank came up with, can you just remind me of the platform? Come again? Sabex, yeah. So how can youth access these funds, and how do they reach you guys? Because we're telling them to do this, do that. If they're not even going to the farm, to get all these packaging materials, I've been on Abdak Neck for about 3 months now, still dragging with all those stops. You still need to, do they get this?
All right, thank you so much for that wonderful question. Just to add to one of the challenge that we face today when it comes to farming, which is very critical, the seed itself. Seedlings. So we do know that aflatoxin is one of the key challenge of maize production in Nigeria, and takes about 60% of production. And so I think if we can clear that issue, we'll probably have a higher production today in Nigeria. Today we have about 10.5 million metric tons of production of maize, and that's why we are second. US is leading globally. But if you can solve that challenge of seedling, and I think IT is doing a lot in that aspect.
Sorry to cut you short. Yes. About that, our per hectare returns is
very,
about
very low,
1.6.
Yeah,
it's not even up to 2, 1.6 metric ton. Ghana, Kenya is 2 metric ton, and South Africa is 6.
It's 6.
Imagine.
6.
So what a farmer here will plant with 2 acres?
Yes.
And what someone over there will plant with just 2 plots will be getting more than you.
Exactly.
That,
Exactly. So basically, inputs, seedlings, fertilizers, we're doing less than 20 kg per hectare, compared to what US is doing, over 100 kg per hectare. So if we can do all, I think that will increase our production. All right, back to the question you asked. So let me just give you a background of what Sterling Bank does. So Sterling Bank is an innovative bank. For the past few years now, we've strategized our focus in what we do in the bank. So we have the health sector: health, education, agriculture, renewable energy, and transport. So we focus on those 5 key critical sectors, economic driving sectors in the economy today, just to ensure that the country is going on well, and agriculture sits at the center of it. And that's why we've done a lot when it comes to financing agribusiness owners, when it comes to assisting businesses to do well. So we have 3 key areas we do that. The first of all is loan that you did mention. So we have a couple of loans we've developed so far, and the way we develop our loans, we develop which are product specific, in such a way that we take it based on the value chain. So for example, now we have a product called the broiler product that specifically solve problems for broiler farmers. So whenever we have someone that's into agriculture, into maybe broiler production, and they're looking for ways of increasing their production, they will come to us. We have a specific product that can solve their needs. And interestingly, sometimes last year, at the peak of COVID, we realized that small businesses, older businesses, had challenges with expanding their business. There was a lockdown, they couldn't get access to funding on time. And so we thought, what can we do to solve these problems? And we realized most of these people were actually maybe startup individuals, or those maybe just 1 or 2 years in business. And so we thought, what can we do to solve this problem? And we brought a fund, developed a product called Sway Agfin. Sway Agfin, called Sterling Women and Youth in Agrifinance. It's a product dedicated to really help startup individuals and MSMEs to grow and scale their businesses. Dedicated for youth and women, so we are looking between the age of 18 and 35, and interestingly, most of us fall into that range. And we make it so interesting to solve a lot of issues that business owners find when accessing loan in bank, from a bank. So you quite agree with me today that you accessing loan from bank is laborious. They ask a lot of questions, documentations. The interest rate, they tell you bring 20%, 30% interest rate. They tell you, oh, you need to have a land, maybe a very...
Let me put you on the spot here.
Yes.
And you must answer. What's the rate?
It's a single-digit facility. Sorry? Single digit, 9%. It's a single... Exactly, 9%. It said?
What's the
moratorium? So it depends on the cycle of your transaction. So depending on what value you're into, so if you're into aquaculture, maybe catfish production, you're into broiler production, we look at your cash flow projection, and then we can estimate what moratorium we are going to give you at that point. So the reason why we did it majorly, because we realized that most businesses fail in the first 5 years. Why? Because maybe funding, technical know-how, we mentioned the likes of input and all like that. So we find what can we do, and we'll also solve that areas of input. I'll come back shortly. So we'll find in the funders what can we do to solve that problems. And in fact, everyone in Sterling Bank that's in the agri-dex studied agriculture in one form or the other. I have a master's in agroeconomics, so, and I'm also doing a lot of things in that aspect. So why? Because we wanted to solve the problems of agribusiness today in Nigeria. And so the only way we can do that is by us understanding the problems and finding possible of solving those challenges. And so that's why I said our products are value chain specific. We can't solve a product, use a product to solve all the problems that it's not possible. Each value chain is dynamics, is distinct. And being able to understand the pinpoint of those value chains enables us to develop a refined and a defined product to solve those challenges. You mentioned about the SABEX that I did mention. So we talked about the SABEX. SABEX is a product, a market hub platform we've developed to solve marketing challenges of customers. And for now, we are focusing majorly on dry grains. So you have maize, you have soya bean, you have paddy rice that you want to sell. You could profile yourself on the platform and list your commodity, and there's a buyers over there waiting to buy your product. In fact, we have more buyers now than those enlisting their commodity in the platform. So we develop a lot of product to solve this. The SABEX is majorly for market sales. You could go to www.sabex.ng to check more about that. www.sabex.ng is a market hub. Register on it and list your commodities, and then we need to partner with a couple of Afrex to be able to do the storage of commodity in case you want to store your commodities for a long-term period. You can do that, and we have a lot on that. So we have products, we have one of it, broiler products, one of it, and a lot product in that line to solve our problems in the marketing side.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Organic Farmer, you're into vegetables and some fruits. We know vegetables are very, very perishable, very, very perishable. Before we could take them to the market, it just gets spoiled and I would say farmers in Nigeria are the people that go to bed hungry, and it's so crazy. A farmer could sell something now, and by 6 p.m., when he goes to the market, he can't buy that stuff. The middlemen are everywhere. And how, like you spoke of processing. Are you into that in your farm? What process facility do you have, and what advice do you give to people looking into processing, not just vegetables and fruits? I have a friend, she's into bean flour, and what she does is she gets these beans at a very, very cheap price. She now has a new product where she makes it with crayfish, with onions and everything, and she's doing great. She has started, but informally, but she has started exporting. So how do you think they could, look at their area and how easy do you think it's gonna be?
Okay, thank you for that question, and I would like to drag you to the previous question that Madam answered earlier. I think it would be instructive to also give us like a background to my person and career as well. Okay, so sitting here in this panel is one person also who does not have an academic background in agriculture. My first degree was political science. My second degree was educational management, nothing agric. So I'd built a career in sales and marketing up until the advent of crowdfunding in Nigeria. So I joined one of the companies who were the first comers in crowdfunding. At that time, they just needed somebody very hungry in marketing just to push that particular product. So that was my venturing into agriculture, right? And as a salesperson, product knowledge is very important. So the more I read, the more I learned, I discovered that there is more to agriculture than. So I decided at that point that this is where I want to stay and I want to own it. And it has been, in fact, in agric space, I've spent about 4 years in agriculture space right now. And it has been an issue of one organization poaching me from another, right? And when I left the crowdfunding organization, I went straight into production, a company that majors on production and export, right? And so I did that. Currently, I'm also on a full-time paid job, right? And I don't want to do free advertisement. I work with one of the A-list agribusinesses in Nigeria, right? And I have my own personal farms. I consult for other farms. In fact, I have my technical knowledge has also earned me directorship with other individual farms that just say, okay, come on board and we need your expertise, right? Okay, so that is about that. So probably there are people in the audience that feels, oh, I didn't study agric. I did not, right? Maybe, or like Madam, I like agric in school. I like biology.
So I'm the only one that studied agric here. I can say that you guys should just go back.
He studied agric. Oh. He studied agric. The funniest thing is, I pride myself in so much of expertise and experience that I've gathered in those few years, right? There's nothing you want to say because it's about the fruit. I can take you to my farm. I can take you to farms I've consulted for, right? This same guy, I sit on aggregation and exports desk. Maybe I need to blow my trumpet a lot for farm crowding, right? So, so coming from no academic background to where I am today, and the vision is bigger, right? So I consider agriculture space like the military. Anything that you do can find expression in agriculture. Are you into media? Are you into law? Are you into engineering? Are you into whatever that you do? I'm telling you, it finds expression in agriculture. So there is a lot. So I'm trying to speak not just to production, to processing, or to agriculture as itself. Whatever it is that we are doing right now, we can make an impact in the agric space. In fact, it's an advocacy for me, it's a passion for me. Every time I say this, I came in, while I was an undergraduate, I was a student leader, right? So I have a lot of guys from school who I still have contact with. I know people who studied agric in school and they are no more in this space.
But some of us, faith just brought us, and we are the one that are enjoying it. There's money in agri space. So long as people eat, you will always make money. So even if it is media that you can do, somebody mentioned about social media, and do farm social media handles for them, right? You can create a blog. This is a time where podcast is an in thing. Invite people. Let them come and speak on your podcast. And then a lot of people will buy that content. They will pay for that content from you. So the space is wide, right? So I want to encourage us that we should decide to venture into it. When you look at people seated in this place, you can tell that these are not hungry people, right? We are not hungry, and I can in the standard of Nigeria, we are not poor, right? We are not poor, and this is not me showing up for the what's it called, for the event. This is the normal me. In fact, I take more than this because I just mentioned where I work, and we have tech guys. In fact, where I work is a tech company, an AgTech, right? So we have guys who develop innovations, develop technology, apps, and there are a lot of them out there. It's how much that you want to know that you would know. Somebody has mentioned IITA. There are apps right now, just to blow our mind. There are apps right now that you just need to take a picture of a leaf and it will dictate whatever disease that is wrong with that leaf. That is artificial intelligence. So that tells you drone is just even by the way. And there is drone. There is a lot. Whatever it is that you're doing can find expression. All you just need to do is be interested, seek for knowledge, align with the right people, right? And I think the rest would become testimony. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. To add to what you just said, really, I think COVID brought an end to the discussion of who is the most important person in the whole world, and who is that? Can I ask you guys? I can hear you.
The most important person.
Yeah, thank you, Farmer. So I'm proud. I'm a king, because we also how we were just bothered about stocking our food stops and all during the COVID era, and we're not just bothered about anything, just food. And this goes to say that our population is just increasing day by day. By 2050, God knows what our population will be right now, and farming is where we should be looking at. As Akiwumi Additional will always say, if you want to be part of the next billionaire generation, you should go into farming. Oil and gas is gone, and really farming is the main thing. And let me share this with you. I was with Boason Omofaye of Channels then at Oriental 3 days back. We were discussing, and he said, I think you guys will know about the news of China now planting cocoa and cassava, Gary, selling to Europe. So he told me that day that the day he saw the news, he could not sleep. He was just worried. And what did these people do? They went to Ghana. They took about 5 cocoa farmers, paid them in USD, take them to China, and transfer the knowledge of the cocoa farming to them and all. And now farmers in Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana are already getting worried. Like, how would they be able to, survive selling to Europe? And Europe is the main market. And China themselves, they're not just trying to sell the raw cocoa, because what we do here in Africa, we sell the raw cocoa, and Mars and all these chocolate companies are making more money than our farmers back in Ondo State and Edo. That's even if Nigeria has even much more cocoa. So what China is doing now is they're using that to just test the ground. They want to manufacture their own cocoa. So it's like a backward integration for them. So we should all be worried. I find it disturbing. Why would China be making Gary for us, selling to our brothers in the diaspora, which is something we should be doing? You have a cassava farm. I have the processing plant. Why can't we join forces, apply for the necessary certifications, send to our people in Europe, and so? But China is taking that away from us. So we all need to start and look smart, look at what we can do, where we fit in the value chain, and we should be truthful if we are seeking for funding. I've seen people messed up with fundings, I've seen people spout a lot of relationship with funders trying to, give you unexpected projections. And the thing is, I would want to say we shouldn't be seeking immediate reward. It should be a long-term goal. It should be a long-term goal. We shouldn't say we want to start this now and just make the 100% profits on it or not. There should be a plan. I should have someone that is mentoring you. So, Madam Shewa and my Ogaye, people allowed to come into your DMs, slide to you, or come and meet you for follow-ups, for mentorship and all. That was something you guys are willing to accept?
Yes, for me, absolutely, yes. I'm available, and I think I spoke to Bumi for the first time, I think this week, right? And I'm here already. So it's something I'm passionate about. I'm ready to give you all I know, a connection, if you just ask.
There you have it. So we're not collecting money for you guys, but me, I'll collect money because I study agriculture. Now money we use line now. So Madam, okay, you say to that.
He said if just ask, but for me, it's not only about asking, but you must be ready to put in the work. Because I wouldn't want. I had this kind of event sometimes in 2018. And I called it Farmers Hangout. Farmers Hangout, where we just called all farmers somewhere in VI, and it was an elaborate event. And a young lady from nowhere just chatted me up on Instagram from Unilag, and I encouraged her. She came over, and then afterwards, I'd not seen her up till date. So for me, when I was talking, I said I wouldn't mind mentoring people. So when I mean I'm going to mentor you, which means you will come with me on my trips. I've done that for 1 or 2 people. So you will come with me on one of my trips. I'll put you through, but you must be ready to put in the work. It won't just be you chat me up today and then the following day I won't hear from you again, and then in another 1 year, just checking up on it. No. So you will come on the trips and you do the work. You may probably get your hands dirty. It's part of the work. But it's cool. Honestly, it's cool to be a farmer. Whenever I go out and people ask me, what do you do? And I say, I'm a farmer. I train farmer. They're like, you? How can you be a farmer? But Agbeloba, I'm a farmer. And I'm proud to be one. Because without a farmer, no what? No food. So
for
if we, no food.
For table, wala go gas.
So no food. So I'm willing, I'm ready in the agro-tourism space. I'm not into production. In my space, I'm willing and I'm ready. And for those that are interested in hydroponics, that is the soilless farm, I will link you up to the person that will train you for free. But you will take care of your own feeding and accommodation. But your training is free. It's at Abeokuta. So you can just walk up to me and I'll give you the details. Thank you.
Yeah, for the hydroponics, I know Samson very well. He's a very good friend. He has been doing that, and I want to mention him. He did a farm for one of our past presidents.
I mentioned it. And he handles his farm. He's the farm manager.
He was on CNN, on DW, BBC, and other, and he has been receiving international recognitions. So I think we should take this home, and I think let us keep it short and simple. The take home is people should look at what value they want to add to the space. You guys don't just need to just come to the farm. Look at where you could fit in and come with something and just be truthful. I'm just repeating this part because on Clubhouse I've received 3 invitations from 2 venture capitalists and 1 other person in California asking me to come over to discuss funding opportunities because I've just been through my stuff. I showed them my books, what I'm into and what I want to project. So we should just be fruitful with everything, and I'm sure God will help us. So the financial, 2 minutes each. 1 minute. Let me give it to my standing back man because people need money.
Exactly.
People need money. So how do they go about this? And hopefully we'll put them through. I want it to be like a 0 to something.
All right. Thank you so much. And so I'll say 2 key things. And the first one is what we've mentioned today: knowledge is power. For you to go into agriculture and you have 0 knowledge is a challenge. And so they've mentioned a lot of people you can connect you with, to learn the technical know-how. Maybe it could be maize or any values you're interested in. That's very, very important, because that gives us that comfort, level of comfort that you know what you're doing as a bank, as an agribusiness owner. And so when you give us your business plan, we have that insight. We can see it, that you know what you're doing, and we are able to finance you with funding. And in fact, we've mentioned that one of the funding you can access today as youth is the SUE Hack Fund. It's a single-digit facility. You can see us at our stand over there. We'll give you more clarity about that, where you can access up to 5 million naira to start your business. You don't even need to have your business registered. What you need is your business plan. If you can see your cash flow, we are good to go. And it's very simple. If you have that insight, maybe you have a certificate, and I know a lot of organizations have been doing kind of training in various forms just to give you insight on how to start and to grow a business. You have online courses, you have people here that can train about that. If you can vet that you have that technical skills, that aspect, and your business plan and other document, application letter, document speaks of that, believe me, you can have up to 5 million naira. And interest is a single-digit facility of 5%. And one of the challenges they often have is the cash collateral. Maybe you need a collateral, land, or other things. So you don't need all that to access this facility. So instead of that, we'll call it cash collateral, just a percentage of whatever you're requesting for. You have to have it in your account, which is just about 5% of whatever you're requesting for. So if you're looking at 2 million naira now, you can do the analysis of what value of that will be. That's simple. And when it comes to marketing now, we mentioned Sabex. It's a digital platform you can sell your commodity. You can just Google www.sabex.ng, just go through it. You have maize, maybe dry maize, you have been finding challenge of selling. You can profile on your platform, and there's someone there to buy a commodity. So I'll just say the 2 kilo. Thank you.
Is it just for commodities? Why can't you put food stuff there also and processed stuffs?
Yeah. So
like Oga mentioned, kuli now.
Yes.
Someone into that can just
exactly anything dry. So not necessarily commodity now. So we are working with Hafex. So Hafex helps us to provide a storage facility where you can store your commodities up to over a year. They grade it, they store it for you, and so you can list your commodities on that platform. And anytime you can sell it, there's always a buyer over there to buy whatever you're producing. Thanks.
What's it short, sir?
Okay, so for me, I would just say that we should look beyond just eating corn. I know corn is delicious. I am a lover of corn. In fact, I have flu, I have cold. I still ate corn last night, right? So that was how much. So don't just let it end at we just enjoying it. Let us grow it. Let us participate in the value chain. As I was saying that, it drops in my mind that currently the North commoditize maize, corn, more than we do in the South. In the South, we eat all our maize. We fry it, we roast it, we boil it, we pap it, we do whatever we do with it. But we still don't commoditize it. And you would be amazed, like the platform you mentioned, you would be amazed at how much the corn you consume, by the time you dry it and commoditize it, the gap is huge. All you just need to do, you don't have to go and grow. Maybe your mom is from a village. Me, I am from Ibadan. Some people are from Ekiti. Some people are from Oshun. Go back home. You can go and buy those maize from them, dry it, bag it,
we got
make money.
A ton for 240K last week. And last year it was 70,000, 80,000.
Yes, so we can make money, people of God. Thank you.